Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm reviewing the video version of me doing a review of Godzilla minus one. I did an article review already, and I didn't want to do the video review. I rather just do the article review instead because everybody was doing the video review was so much it was oversaturated on YouTube. So I just wanted to be different. But in my article review, I admit I did like the movie, and I still stand by my review, by the way. But people did get confused, feeling like it was a rant. It's not a rant. Because first off, I did not say I hate this movie. I did say I love this movie. It was a good movie. And it also this movie is might be considered for an Oscar for best foreign movie. So I really hope Godzilla minus one do win the Oscar for this, for for best foreign movie because it'll be the first time a creature feature movie ever got nominated or won. And hey, it's Godzilla. I'll give him an Oscar. But I did admit the movie had a good storyline. It was very driven. Um, Godzilla, you don't see too much. You don't see another monster. That's what I like about this movie. Just like Shin Godzilla, it was no feature in this movie with a second monster involved. So I'm glad that the rumors of two Godzillas probably being in this movie was false. Just Godzilla by himself doing what he does best, destroying things. But the difference with me, why I consider Shin Godzilla a better movie, was because I feel like they took risk, with the evolution of Godzilla in different forms, and you do care about the evolution. Like even though the Godzilla final form, a lot of people did not like, but how it looks. But to be honest, it's a monster, it's a creature, and it does look scary though. In my opinion, you see that shit running, come to your city, you tell me you're not gonna run? Come on. And the way Shin Godzilla different power from the other Godzillas, shooting lasers from the tail, shooting lasers from his fin, and of course the breath power, of course. And the way it ended with the final form, and the way they ended Shin Godzilla, and in a way they didn't really ended Shin Godzilla. They only temporarily ended Shin Godzilla. I felt like that storyline have a continuation for a sequel, which sadly to say they never did. And it is a sequel, Shin Godzilla. And I feel like that was the better movie because they took risk. It was something different. While Godzilla minus one, had a good strong story. It gave it a redemption story for the human character, that he was a kamikaze pilot that didn't kill himself. There's a reason why he didn't want to do it, because his father sent him a letter saying that he wants him to live. So that was the real reason why he didn't kill himself. Let's be honest. And the movie's a few weeks old now, so there'll be little spoilers, So be aware of that. I'm gonna say spoilers for some of the scenes. And I felt like that was a good. So he gave him like a redemption story where it leads up to later that you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice myself, with a twist, by the way. And and I realized that the movie did have a little evolution for this one too, because I've got to mention in the article that in the beginning of the movie there was a young Godzilla in the movie before he became that big Godzilla that you know of in minus one. In the beginning, when he went to when Godzilla, like early Godzilla went to the island, started attacking the Japanese mechanics, and only two people survived during that attack. The guy who did not want to kill himself, who will be the lead character of this movie, and another mechanic that survived. And once the guy was ready to go home, the mechanic gave him pictures of all the family members of the mechanic that died because the kamikaze pilot didn't want to like shoot the gun to try to kill the early Godzilla at that time. Now, as the movie forwards after that, um, he realized there was destruction in his town, and later on he met this woman with the kids. They end up living together, and he therefore, and it's like he's like a surrogate family member. I was a surrogate father towards the woman and the daughter of the mother. And he got a lot of friends. He got a job finding mines, trying to shoot the mines. And as the movie progresses, you see Godzilla in his full form, trying to trying to attack them, and they kind of survive. It kind of like gives you that Jaws Part One moment. You know what I'm saying? And which was a good scene though. It was very cool. And then later on, you still get more of the drama with the guy and the scientists and the people in the city. As Godzilla comes back later, to destroy the city. You had the classic Godzilla 1954 theme song. I hope that was the right year. Attacking the townspeople, and later on, that's when you get the scientists and the community saying, "Okay, I got a way of stopping Godzilla. We got it." He had this plan how they could defeat Godzilla. And I don't want to spoil way too much now. Come on, let me just, even though I say spoilers, but the way they took out Godzilla was pretty good, especially with the kamikaze pilot who was trying to redeem himself. And yeah, it was just weird. It wasn't weird. It was just like nothing. It was catchy, the way they set it up. But it was good, I admit. But was it like original with the redemption story? Because a few of the Godzilla franchise they had like redemption themes to it, for a few characters in the Godzilla franchise, and but I feel like this was more toned down, more realistic, kind of like I would say Godzilla '84, but the Godzilla in -1 is much more scarier and more realistic than Godzilla '84 slash '85 or even the original Godzilla. And I'm gonna go as far as say the Godzilla -1, in my opinion, this remake is actually better than the original. I'm gonna say it because it was more aggressive, more toned down. It was more, I mean, different time, different movie making style, different era. Um, I see like after this review, I was checking out like if there was any other people that felt maybe like low about this movie. Again, I don't feel like this movie is bad. I just don't feel like the the impact of this movie is more of a risk factor than what Shin Godzilla does. To me, that was more of a risk factor, and that's why I like Shin Godzilla. To hopefully we'll have a sequel one day, but as of right now, the answer is no, of course not. But as for Godzilla -1, it kind of had this twist ending when it wants to build up on a sequel. But I'm gonna be honest, if they do a sequel, of course they're gonna add in extra monsters. They're gonna add in monsters in the movie, and that's when it's gonna become fucking campy. Let's be real. And maybe Godzilla -1 is better off as a standalone movie. Leave it as is, to its epicness form of the good drama, and and the emotional of caring for the human side of a Godzilla movie. And not only Shin Godzilla, I care for the human side and both Godzilla, but in this movie you do care about the human side, which is kind of wild though. So this is another second Godzilla movie I would say where you care about the human side. And IMDb, let me just say, I saw reviews for this with the 1-star reviews. Be careful; those are fake reviews, because you could tell those people did not see the movie. One reviewer said that Godzilla was a killing like the mechanic scenes that he was throwing them. He ain't killing none of the mechanics, which is not true. Because in the beginning of the movie, only like I said, only 2 people survived that attack. So yeah, you could tell that person did not really watch the movie. So beware of these fake reviews out there that you could tell they did that before the release of the U.S. release of the Godzilla movie here in the U.S. But all in all, Godzilla -1, like I said, it was good, but I don't feel like it took any risk as Shin Godzilla does, and that's just my opinion. But let's hope Godzilla -1 do win the Oscar. Let's see what happens. Anyway, over and out.